Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the FPL. I am Charlie, captain of the Toxboxers. I'm here with Jules, captain of the Go-Goats.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
And we are back to bring you the third battle of the FPL Week 3. Every time I introduce you, I want to say Cameron, captain of the Die Guys, because I'm so used to doing that. But
Yeah, that I am not.
no, but we do see Cameron, captain of the Die Guys, with his incredibly bulky team that's had a couple great showings past few weeks against Leaf and the Underworld. And I think the biggest thing that stands out to me, just on a first impression, looking at these teams, is this is Frogadeer's first match. I think in the entire history of the league. I don't think we've ever seen Frogadier before.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what Cameron's gonna do with this Frogadier, because Cameron is one of the players who sometimes comes up with these like really great creative sets and actually uses them like really effectively. Makes a good read. He likes to run berries like decently often, as opposed to some other players will go unnamed who sometimes, look at the spiciest sets of all time, and then they don't do anything. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the Frogadier. Cameron's been repping these 0 pointers. He also drafted Dart Tricks, which I will flame him for still. But I don't know if he used it in one of the first 2 battles. Do you remember, Charlie?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe a little spoiler, but I believe next week is Dartrix's first appearance. So that's something to look out for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, sometimes I wish I could come up with these creative sets as good as Cameron. I'm excited to see what this Frogadier is gonna do, and then also, it's got to break through some walls. Both these teams are super heavy. They just got big boys on both sides. So.
They really do, and I mean, we saw Cameron's last week against, was it his Alex battle, I believe, last week? That we just saw, or no, it was against Robbie. It was against Robbie. Well, both. I mean, both. We saw.
No,
this...
I think Robbie was week 1. And
well, in both, regardless,
yeah.
both battles, we saw this team really just kind of hold on through a lot of really potent offensive Pokemon, and was able to pick up wins in both weeks. And you've always got the wish passing from Umbreon. That's always something that you got to worry about. But between that core of Umbreon, Aegislash, and Milotic, it's really tough to break through. But I mean, as far as cores that are hard to break through, Heatran, Mega Venusaur, and Seismitoad is, especially when you accompany it with something like Piloswine, is really also really tough to break through.
Yeah, it's up there, and so it's gonna be a battle of who can break enough walls, who can predict the switches, because it's gonna be all about getting those Pokemon low enough where they can't come in and recover. Like Mega Venusaur is gonna try to recover, and then of course Cameron has more recovery in this battle, so Leaf has kind of a little more urgency there. He can't, he's got to make sure he doesn't let Umbreon wish back all of Aegislash's health. So that's another consideration for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of Aegislash, we might see an offensive Heatran this battle. I'm just looking at Cameron's team right now, and a Heatran, looking at something with maybe like an Eruption set, does maybe leave it vulnerable to a Milotic or an Aerodactyl, but that will do work into Aegislash and Umbreon. So that might be something, whether it's, I know Choice Scarf is very common on the Eruption Heatran set, otherwise Specs is an option as well, or just something like an Air Balloon, maybe avoid an Earthquake, get an Eruption off on something, and then, play it that way. But that also might be something to look out for this battle, and could pose a real threat to Cameron's team.
Yeah, I like that possibility too, because even if Cameron switches into Melodic, Leaf has a good answer in Mega Venusaur. Like, what is Melodic ever going to do to Mega Venusaur?
Exactly.
So...
Even, especially with that Thick Fat, I mean, an Ice Beam essentially hits neutrally, aka nothing on Mega Venusaur.
Yeah.
So, I think this is going to be a fun matchup, and let's get into the battle.
Sounds good.
All right, right off the bat, we see a Tauros lead, so he must be predicting something there. And we see the hard switch immediately into Mega Venusaur.
Tauros he kind of hits kind of hard, so...
Yeah, and does, I mean, a solid 50% to this Mega Venu, but it's not going to 2-hit, so he swaps out just straight into Aerodactyl, which actually stays, or the Venusaur stays in against, which is Interesting, but it doesn't kill the Venusaur, and he's able to get a Toxic off. So maybe that's what Leaf was looking to do right now.
Yeah, and he always has more opportunities to heal up the Venusaur against Melodic later, so that might have not been the worst play ever, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we can really see the true bulk of Piloswine. I mean, I know this was your champion back in Season 3, was it?
Yeah. This was my like favorite Pokemon. I thought I wasn't gonna run it much, and I ran it like every week 1 battle or something. So.
Yeah, and I mean it won MVP back in Season 3, so you did a great job with it. I do want to say, well, there's the Grass Knot on Frogadier right there, so that's one of the reasons I want to bring it for.
Too.
I do want to say, for the record, the only Pokemon with more KOs is my Poltegeist, but we don't need to get into that right now.
Yeah, I mean, Poltegeist does have more potential.
Well, we see not Shell Smash. Sorry, I got Poltegeist on the brain. Sucker Punch out of Bisharp and takes care of that Frogadier, but it really did do work into the Seismitoad, and I think caught Leaf by surprise there.
Yeah, but he gets the Venusaur back in, but it actually goes down. That is massive.
Yeah, and that burn may have mattered on the Scald. I think there may have been a chance that Ice Beam didn't KO if he doesn't take that burn damage. And Bisharp does come in and get the knockoff, but it's probably too little too late because he's already burned. So there's not much you're going to be able to be able to do now.
You can't undo the burn here unless you like heal him with the healing move.
Yeah.
So.
Now that was a very fortunate Scald burn from Cameron there, because it does allow him to click recover here. Now you always gotta account for the Scald burn. It's always a very big possibility every time you click Scald, but a pretty nice turn of events for Cameron right there.
Oh, when we see a Z move, what is he gonna use? Continental, is this gonna kill?
No, I think that's the rock type Z move, right? So
yeah. I don't know what that was for. Maybe
Mega Arrow? I'm not really sure. I know Cameron likes to run Mega Arrow. Jeez, look at that Scald. I know Cameron likes to run Mega Arrow defense invested sometimes, so maybe it was for that. And now we see that air balloon on Heatran. It's a pretty common item. And Ancient Power out of Heatran.
I think a Magma Storm might have killed there, but maybe not at the same time.
Maybe an Earth Power may have. I don't know if he has Earth Power on this set right now, but
at this point he might just be saying, my only chance to win, get an Ancient Power boost, and he could actually win with an Ancient Power boost possibly. So
that is very true, especially if he's running Magma Storm. Now if he's got Eruption, it may be over, at least for Heatran, but he doesn't get the boost, and I think he just tried to go for a Spidef drop with Flash Cannon, but wasn't able to get it.
And it's looking pretty over. He uses the Ice Shard.
Yep, just tried to outspeed, but it looks like this Milotic is going to pick it up for him.
Oh, maybe he kills with this Ice Shard. Oh, he switches out for the differential. The differential is important, not just for BM purposes.
It is important for playoff implications as well. So a 5-0 is definitely better than a 4-0, and Cameron with a really honestly dominant performance this battle.
Yeah, I think losing Mega Venusaur was too big of a loss. Losing Mega Venusaur and then losing Seismitoad, and then what do you have for Melodic, right? Mega Venusaur was basically the only thing that really gets through it efficiently, so...
Mm-hmm. That is true, yeah. Seismitoad might wall it a little bit, but we saw why Cameron brought the Frogadier right there. It had the Protean Grass Knot, which just took care of the Seismitoad immediately. And Leaf just wasn't really able to recover from that.
Yeah, very well played by Cameron.
Yeah, either way, great battle from Cameron. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, we'd really appreciate it if you leave a like, subscribe, join our Discord, that's in the description. But either way, thank you for watching and have a great day.
See you later, guys.